Somerset were undone by a very strong Surrey outfit as they slipped to a 7-wicket T20 blast defeat in Taunton, the visitors winning with 4 overs unused. Put in after losing the toss, the evening started badly as Tom Banton thick-edged a drive off Sam Curran to Gareth Batty, the opener gone to the 4th ball of the game. That brought Will Smead to the crease early, and he was soon showing his class with a well-timed clip off Jordan Clark, which carried the distance, while James Hildreth threw the kitchen sink at this ball. Smead showed that there are many ways to skin a cat, as he also sent the ball over the ropes to carry the total to 43 in the 5th over. Alas, next ball he picked out Jason Roy off Matt Dunn to depart for a sprightly 23. Somerset reached 63 for 2 from their 6 overs of power play, Hildreth sending the last 3 deliveries of it to the rope, all off the returning Jamie Overton, to move on to 30 himself, his aim now to build on that start. Instead, having added just 1 more run to his tally, he chose the wrong shot to this delivery from Batty and was on his way leg before. And that led to the run rate slowing down, and by the time Ed Byram cut Tom Curran straight to Clark on 14, Somerset had got to 101 for 4 after 12 overs. Tom Abel produced some magic to get the scoreboard ticking at pace again, but Somerset were 5 down when Lewis Gregory feathered a pull shot off Tom Curran to depart for a couple. So as we moved into the final 5 overs, much depended on Abel, whose 7th boundary carried him to an inspired half-century, which had occupied 34 balls. He then went the distance for the first time to move into the 60s, but a fine and very important innings came to its conclusion in the 18th over as he holed out to Dunn off a Clark slower ball, gone for a 44 delivery, 69. The last 2 overs brought 20 runs thanks to a boundary off the final delivery, Somerset ending on 187 for 6, the feeling at the break that this was somewhere around a par score. Will Jacks had turned many heads the night before at Lord's with his efforts against Middlesex, but here he was snared by Smead off Josh Davis' first ball to go for 8. And when Jason Roy, after smashing 30 off only 14 balls, got a leading edge off this delivery from Davey, Surrey was 63 for 2 from 5. It was thrilling stuff. Sam Curran and Laurie Evans then joining forces to keep their side on top. The Somerset attack just could not stem the flow of runs as this pair brought up their team's 100 in just the 8th over. Suddenly, the Somerset score looked well short, with these 2 batsmen continuing to play their shots. Surrey had thrashed Middlesex the previous night and were simply carrying on their form. Evans reached a 50 off 26 balls, yet it was Curran who shone more brightly. At times, he made clearing the rope look too easy as he raced to his own half-century from 25 deliveries. He and his partner had the target down to only 27 runs with 7 overs remaining. The partnership was finally ended by Marchant de Lange, but only after it had realised 104 runs, those made in 52 balls, Evans the man gone for 65. So it was left to Curran to take his side home with ease. This was his highest ever T20 score, but there are bound to be bigger ones to come in the future. Here he took his tally of 6s to 6, before concluding the contest at the end of the 16th over with his 5th 4. His 72 runs had come from only 36 balls, and it meant that the chase in the end was a walk in the park for Surrey. So that's 2 home losses in 2 for Somerset, who next take on Kent back in front of their home support, which will hope for a much better match on Tuesday.